Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fantasy Couch Podcast. We're going to be talking about some advanced fantasy football strategies to help win your league. Absolute must listen. Trust me, I've been to the playoffs for 18. This is my 18th year making fantasy football playoffs. I made a lot of mistakes. I've learned a lot. I've seen it all, I think. I think so. 18 years. That's a good amount. So make sure you guys pay attention to these, bookmark them, save them, screenshot them, write them down on a physical piece of paper. These are going to be very important strategies, stupid, simple, and things you have to do. You got to be mentally prepared because it's week 15. It's not week 4 anymore. Week 4, we didn't know what was happening. Week 15, we're facing tough opponents. We know what the year is. We know which teams are pretenders, which teams are good. I do this every year. I give you guys kind of like a pep talk, kind of a coach talk about strategy. Um, Keep it very positive. It's all about having confidence and not being too cocky. But we'll also counteract that with some negative stuff. We want to talk about some funny stuff, some teams that aren't doing so bad, and what the future's looking for them. Let's start off by talking about Thursday night football. By the way, I'm here with my co-host Mike Mattal. We had some technical difficulties, but he's on the phone. He's ready to go.
I'm here. I'm ready.
We just got done watching the Niners game. That was pretty awesome.
Incredible performance by Brock the Kid Purdy. I think honestly, after watching this game, I can say that he's better than Jimmy G. He's more mobile, more accurate. I think Shanahan trusts him more than Jimmy G, which is crazy. And I mean, we don't know what Lance is capable of yet, but if you had to ask me right now, I would say I want Purdy to be the starter next season, and that's pretty crazy after only 3 games.
Yeah, a couple things here. So number one, I can't think of a time. In chat, please let me know if I'm wrong because I'd love to. Maybe there is a guy out there, but it's got to be super rare. I've never seen a a third quarterback come in and do what he did, like how
Never.
he's looking. The second, there's always good backup QBs. Like we're seeing them this year. Like we see it every year. But when you're down to your third string quarterback, that usually means it's a wrap. Like
Yeah.
you're calling different plays. You're basically like trying to get out of there. I think what was it 2 years ago when the Cowboys were down to their third string quarterback,
Who? Who
Danucci,
was it? Oh
Danucci.
yeah, that
See,
was
Andy
bad. Yeah.
Dalton was okay, and then after Andy Dalton got hurt, like the team started to unravel a bit. So it's like I mean, it happens and then we saw it with the Cardinals a while ago when Carson Palmer was the quarterback, and then they were down to I think Drew Sample or so? I forgot who no, that's a tight end.
True
I get it.
sample.
It's so tight. But then there's this guy, his name was like close to Skeletor. It was something like a comic book villain. And they were down to that guy. And even this is like straight from Bruce Arians' mouth. He's like, we have tremendous confidence in Drew, whoever the backup QB was. I mean, this is him saying it basically. He's like, but when you're down to your third quarterback, it's rough. Like he said that. Like it's not even not my opinion. It's his opinion about his own team that he's coaching. And he was right. Like once they were down to their third quarterback, it was like, we can barely get to 100 pass yards. Like the season's pretty much over if we have to roll with this guy. As opposed to the Niners, it got better with every QB injury. Just to keep it
That's
real.
crazy.
Just
Yeah,
to
it
keep it
did.
real.
No,
Yeah.
it did. 100%. It did.
I mean, how many games has Brock Purdy lost?
He
0.
beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's lost
He's the
0
first
games.
quarterback to beat Tom Brady in his first start ever. He
It's
went toe to toe with the GOAT and came out
That
on
game
top.
wasn't even close. Was what was crazy.
That kind of hurt. Honestly, it kind of hurt Brady's legacy in a
It
way,
it
like a little
it
bit. It tarnished it a little bit. That's just my opinion.
is
But
Toast is naming the Cowboys quarterbacks. I'm from Garrett Gilbert, Ben DiNucci. I want to know who. And Toast is one of our younger viewers. I want to know who the third string quarterback was when Carson Palmer was on the Cardinals.
I've been saying this is like the NFL's version of Linsanity. Like that's how it feels. Like it's
Yeah.
that improbable.
I've
You
been
know,
hearing that on the internet as well. I saw this on not from you, not from your. I saw that someplace else.
I never saw
It's
it anywhere else,
crazy.
but that's
Yeah.
just what came to my mind. Like I'm just like, this is what it felt like. You know, when Linsanity was just taking over the NBA for like 10 games. Like this is something we've never seen before. To be honest,
So
we might not ever see it again.
I was dealing with some dog poop and other random stuff, so I just want to make I've only saw one bad play from Brock Purdy, threw it right to the Seahawks. It was an
And they
interception
dropped it,
worthy.
thank
Yeah,
God.
interception worthy pass. Was that the only
That was the only one
bad?
that I saw.
Okay, that's the only one I saw.
Like terrible throw, yeah. Because he just completely didn't see this the corner sitting on that route. But other than that, he was like flawless in my opinion. Like for him to get that first down to ice the game, like Jimmy could never do that.
How about we do a live tweet? I forgot to tweet this during the game. Never would have thought my Niners would get the perfect Shanahan RB in CMC. And really would have never thought we'd get the best
in Brock
Shanahan QB in Brock Purdy. Live tweet, baby.
Wait. You spelled it wrong. You can't disrespect him like that. You got to spell Purdy right.
Oh my God. I was like, what did I spell?
Him.
No, okay. At least it was a typo. I was like, oh God. Everything's spelling's correct.
Yeah, now it's you should put exclamation points or something because
right here. That's me totally right here. There we go.
That
tweet's good, right?
Yeah,
it's fire.
I mean, it's true.
And let's hit send on this one. There's a tweet right under mine. Do you see? That's hella funny.
No, it's remember Nate Sudfeld?
I was just thinking. So for those of you that don't know, aren't too familiar with the Niners, Brock Purdy, he was obviously, you guys know, he's Mr. Irrelevant, got last pick in the draft. So he was kind of slated to be the 4-string quarterback.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nate Sudfeld was QB3. And Jimmy G was, I was basically saying like there's close to a 99% chance Jimmy G's off this team. So he came back. Yeah, he came back. So Jimmy G's number 2 QB, Trey Lance number 1, and then Brock Purdy, there's a reason why they call him Mr. Irrelevant, like because this dude's not relevant. He's probably not even going to last in the NFL for like a year and a half max. And so Sudfeld did pretty bad in the preseason. Like it did not look good at all. I was pretty disgusted by him. I didn't really care, like who cares? But I was like, it looked pretty bad. Well, Brock Purdy looked pretty good in the he looked great. But I always
it's preseason.
It's preseason, so
Malik
Willis looked like Michael Vick. So it's not. And I was very careful of that. I didn't fall for that hype. That's experience right there. You don't fall for the Malik Willis trap.
Yeah. That one was bad. That one was bad.
So I was like, let me calm down here. It's just Brock Purdy. Like he looked good. All Niner fans thought he looked good though. And now it's like, he looks really good. He's winning games. He can throw. He's, like you said, he's a little bit more mobile. It's back to being a fun team. And this team is better than the Falcons, the 28-3 Falcons that went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a Super Bowl ready team.
I think I was saying earlier that this defense is better than that Ray Lewis and Ed Reed Ravens defense that won the Super Bowl at Dilfer. Like this defense tough. Is better.
I wasn't watching.
So?
I wasn't watching football that close, and that defense was amazing. That defense was amazing.
Yes, I would rather have this defense.
Man, that's a tough one.
I don't think so.
That's tough. Now, what I was gonna say, I thought we were gonna finish each other's sentence. What I was gonna say was this defense is better than the we believe the no, that's the Warriors.
I think so.
The 2015. What's that era called?
Was
Who's
that
got
the
it better
cap when
than
we went to
us?
the Super Bowl? When
Who's
we went to
no
the
no no?
Super
Who's
Bowl?
better than us? Just like
This is the best defense the
Harbaugh,
Niners have ever
the
had.
Harbaugh. Anyway, the Harbaugh era.
Yeah.
Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. They were bigger celebrities, more jersey sales, but the front seven is better, and
The
the team's
corners are
playing
better.
insane.
The safeties are better.
It's not really the individuals because
Ward shut down DK though. That was all Ward today.
the Chargers always have great players, and they suck. They're terrible. They're like the 29th best defense at best every year. They have great players.
That's true.
It's a team effort. It's a team thing. Like I see the Broncos, for example, they over the past few years, they usually play pretty good as a team defense. This team together, it's amazing. It's this is how I put it. They snatched souls out of their opponent's team. They're like Shane Sun from Mortal Kombat. You go in this game with a soul, you're shaking, and you leave without a soul. Like they snatch your soul, man. You're going out there. You're translucent. You're transparent. You're a ghost. You're a nobody. They make you irrelevant. It's a scary defense. This is the toughest team in the NFL. Teams are scared to play them on both sides of the field. They hit hard when they're on offense too. We get Deebo Samuel back and watch out. You don't want that, Deebo.
I have a hot take. I think that Warner is better than Patrick Willis.
Oh no, I mean 100% agree.
Okay,
Patrick Willis.
I was like,
no, that was my point. I totally screwed it up by saying we believe Warriors. I meant to say who's got it better than us, Harbaugh era.
This team is the best. I think this is our best defense we've ever had.
Delete that part of the podcast and just we believe Harbaugh era. So that's Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis, a lot of jersey sales, bigger celebrities, more popular. Yeah, these are just popular names. They were not better, though. Now, Patrick Willis, there's a good argument there because he got injured and he had trouble with his shoes as a kid and as a foot. And so he had like a really good 2 to 4 years. Then he fell off. But this team's it's way better. It's a way better defense.
That defense didn't have a Bosa. Bosa is the X factor.
Jeez, oh my god!
Bosa is the greatest. He should be by far the defensive player of the year this year. I know Micah Parsons. He has more national acclaim and respect, but if you look at the numbers, if you watch the games, Bosa is by far a better defender.
I think it's a great debate. And I don't hate anyone that thinks Micah Parsons should win it because he's a game. I mean, he turned the franchise around. Like I think that's a good opinion. I don't even hate that, but I'm voting Nick Bosa for defensive player of the 100%. Year. And there's no I'm not who should I vote for? Like it's an easy vote for me. Same. It's Nick Bosa because he's a beast. Like
he's a game wrecker. Like you can't plan
disgusting. There's nothing you can do because if you somehow do something, that means that the other linemen are going to wreak havoc. Like you can't stop him, man.
Pick your poison.
He's amazing. I mean, he's better than Joey Bosa.
Oh,
I think so.
I think Joey
which
Bosa,
is crazy.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Well, Joey Bosa's a
tier above Joey Bosa.
Not even. I mean, I guess he's more of a figment of your imagination. He's always injured. But I mean, I guess the ghost of Joey, or like what the idea of Joey Bosa, because Joey Bosa was great. I mean, he's on
Nick's
bad
on
defense.
Another level. Nick's on another tier above Joey Bosa.
But remember, I'm kind of going back to when Nick Bosa was a prospect, and I was like, you were asking me probably on this podcast. You were asking me. I was like, dude, it's a no-brainer pick. Like. Niners got it. Like you can't like it was the most like you can't miss.
Slam dunk. Yeah.
It was so easy. He's number 2 overall pick. I mean, it was just such an easy pick. He fits the scheme.
Number one was Kyler. I think we came out on top on that one.
And that's not,
well, I mean, present day. If you look forward, who would you rather have?
You got, I mean, it's not a dumb pick at the time. It's just like you gotta reach for quarterbacks, and he's a good quarterback. He's just he has his issues and he's brittle. What are you gonna do? You can't predict. I mean, he's been better than most other first overall quarterbacks.
He's just not a winner, though. That's the problem.
No,
He's
he's
not
not.
a winning
He's
quarterback.
good. I think he's a really good quarterback. He doesn't. I don't know. I question his leadership.
His
I
terrible
question
leadership.
his work ethic slash. I mean, leadership kind of sums all that up. And then he's all on top of that, he's brittle. You know, he's gonna get.
He's small.
Yeah, that goes into being brittle.
Yeah.
It's
And now his greatest strength is going to be a question mark moving forward with this ACL tear, because you don't know how they're going to be when they come back. He might not have that escapability that he.
Well, he tore it in December. It's gonna be January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So that's gonna slightly affect him when the season starts. I mean,
for sure.
That's what sucks. Not when it's week 1 regular season. That's gonna you're coming off that ACL. He tore it late in the season, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
At least Trey got hurt in the beginning, so he should be theoretically, good to go week 1. I mean, assuming he even becomes a starter again.
I don't even know his timetable. Could he possibly be healthy?
I think
like during the Super Bowl, I think.
Oh yeah. I heard that. Which is good. What if we could use all 3 of them in the Super Bowl? Like they're all
But Jimmy G, there's new news that Jimmy G's done.
Oh, he's done.
It went first it was done. He was done. Then it was like he could come back like around the championship game, the NFC championship. And now he's back to 3 months and he's done.
I don't even want him back, honestly. That's how good Purdy has been.
Well, yeah. For some reason in my mind, he was gonna come back and back up Purdy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want him starting.
I don't want him starting. Like,
I want a backup for Purdy. I want a good backup for Purdy.
Same.
Maybe we'll get Trey Lance back soon. That would be great.
Yeah, that's a cool backup.
Yeah. Backup Brock Purdy, so we can win a Super Bowl.
Isn't that crazy? Like no one would have ever predicted that turn of events. Like this is so improbable that I just don't think people really understand like how like people thought our season was done. Like Raider fans thought we were done once Jimmy got hurt.
Raider fans are still talking. What the heck?
Well, this is all they care about. They just want to see our downfall. So this is like
they do. Yeah, like you said, they just circled the Chiefs game next. They play them like that's their Super Bowl. Like that's all. Yeah. Well, sorry guys. I mean, Mike and I are Niner fans. We're not trying to make this a Niner podcast, but I'm trying to take the bias out of it. I think it's very significant. And we talk about Thursday night football. We're talking about Nick Bosa, defensive player of the year. And if he doesn't win it, he'll be number 2 in votes, I'm sure. We're talking about Brock Purdy. I've never seen a 3rd-string quarterback look this good. Just Mr. Irrelevant. Like the story is just amazing.
I think they got to retire that now that he is the Mr. Irrelevant. Like that's him. Like you can't have another one after this. Like I think they should retire it after him.
Well, I don't know. They need something. They'll make a movie out of this for sure. Everybody's
That's what
getting
I'm saying. Like he should get the, like that title. Like
the movie title should be Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy. You guys, I'm doing the ideas. You guys can hire me. I'm cheap. Hire me. I'm a films graduate. I went to film school. New news. Tyler Lockett, broken bone in his hand. Legit.
Oh, that's big. Oh no.
Yeah. So if you have Geno Smith and Lockett, that's going to be a big deal.
Where did you see that? Is that like just hitting?
Alert. Yeah. Oh yeah. It just came in.
Oh my.
Seconds ago. Probably the presser, but we don't have it on.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's a big deal. He's been one of the biggest surprises, or should I say pleasant surprises, this year in fantasy football. He was going like round 7+, and he's basically a wide receiver 1. Is he technically wide receiver 1?
Yeah. Definitely.
Where is he ranking?
I think so. He's been consistent.
Wide receiver 8 in PPR, wide receiver 9 in standard. Yeah, he's been really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Dang. That's gonna hurt Geno Smith. That's his number 1 guy.
Seahawks are done, baby. We just ended ended their hopes. I feel like
Wow, we're
'cause
on a
they have a
winning
tough
streak.
schedule. They have a really tough. They have Chiefs, I think, next week, and then they have like I
Well,
don't
forget
know
about
exactly what.
they did their job. They did better than expectations.
Oh
They're
yeah,
playing
yeah.
for the future, so
They
it's
got the
like
second pick right now from the Broncos.
it's great. Yeah, they're in a
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Nobody
They
thought they were gonna
destroyed that
win
trade.
a Super Bowl, not even a playoff game. So it's like
True.
they're fine. Like
It's
let
all
them
icing on the cake.
let's just let Lockett get healthy and worry about the future. And they got a good future. Some young O linemen, Ken Walker, like
Yeah, Ken Walker.
they're
Yep.
looking good. So yeah, this is amazing. Brock Purdy, we were already on board. Now we're even more on board. And once he gets Debo Samuel back, who don't forget, like just because we play fantasy and not everyone's a Niner fan, that Debo Samuel is one of the best players in the league in real life. So it's like when you get that guy back, your team gets way better. So Brock Purdy is going to get better once Debo Samuel is back. Debo Samuel is going to miss around 2 to 3 weeks. So he might be back like week 17, something like that. So we'll see
I
how
think
good.
he's not going to come back to the playoffs. Obviously, the first playoff game.
No, he could come back week 18.
Well, why would you play him at the
Oh,
end of the regular
if seeding
season?
matters.
It doesn't. I
Eh,
thought. I thought we already clinched. Oh yeah, I guess we
No, I'm
could.
just saying if there's a reason. That's not even that
We
could be
played the
it
Raiders in the
it could be
last.
up to the doctor and the team. Like I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
just
think he's going to come back
I
until
don't
the
think
playoff.
no, the injury's not major. So I do. I mean, we'll see. That's the thing. If he can come back week 17, he's fully healthy. I think he plays week 17. If it's week 18, then they're gonna have to think about that. Like, all right, if we win, like, is this gonna help us? Like, we might just want to rest him another week.
I'm going to the Raider Niner game, by the way, on New Year's Day. I think it's week 17. But hopefully Purdy's gonna play. But I don't know at this point. They might just sit him out.
Oh,
It's too
we don't
risky.
have a lot of quarterbacks left. It'd be Josh Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
about
fine.
that. We sit CMC for sure.
Yeah, sit him. Yeah, I think we should sit
Sit that
all of
guy.
those guys.
He's been amazing. Let's take a look at the standings. We kind of already talked. I wanted to talk about the teams that are doing bad. Just wanted to take just a really quick look.
Broncos.
So Broncos, Raiders are there's no fixing the Raiders.
No.
And I don't
It's a
think there's
lost
any
cause.
fixing the Broncos, to be honest, because
No.
Sushane and I talked about this on the podcast in terms of Russell Wilson and dynasty value. Like, should you consider buying low? And I was like, man, they have too
No.
many things to fix. Like, it's Russell Wilson. He's like, to me, he's like Antonio Brown. Just because he's not doing the silly antics and he's more like he seems more reasonable. Like he's really he's that cringy though. He's the cringiest, corniest man in the world. And his teammates don't like him. It ain't working. He fell off. And the coach
Worst
sucks.
trade in history. It has to.
It's bad. I mean, the Broncos would be
Forever.
way better with a random quarterback right now. So that team is just I don't know how you fix that. AFC North's not horrible. There's hope there for sure for the
Houston's
bottom teams.
pretty bad.
Houston's just they're doing the same antics. I like all the people that said that the Texans aren't going to suck this year. And it was a lot of people attacking me for my Damian Pierce takes, which is kind of laughable since I ranked him ahead of the consensus. It's just it doesn't make sense. But yes, that's how it is when you're not extremist enough. You get attacked. So I have Damian Pierce a little bit ahead of the consensus. I liked him a little bit. I mean, I drafted the guy in like 3 leagues. Like, what do you want from me? I was just telling people like his upside is limited. He's not that great. Now he did better. Like he was more talented than I thought. I admit that. I was wrong about that. I didn't think he would be that like he'd look that good and be that
His
talented.
biggest issue is that he's on the Texans.
Yes,
That's the
exactly.
problem.
Yeah, but so other than that, being wrong about that, his talent, like I thought he was above average. No, he's way better than that. He's a really good running back. I was right about everything else. I was like, look, he's going to be limited upside. It's a messy situation, and the Texans suck. Like, they're not going to win a lot of games. And people are like, you don't know what you're talking about. They drafted a lot of good players just because they don't get hyped up. Well, look here, you haters. The Texans, worst team in the league, at 1 win and 1 tie. Like, their record is 1-1-1-1.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's horrible. It's laughable.
They got like 2 QBs now. Like, I don't know what the
and it was like their best game. And it actually almost worked.
It almost worked.
I was like, this is not gonna work. And I was like, oh crap. Like it's like it's like a film, bro. It's like a sports movie. It's like, all right, guys, all right, you grunts. I know you suck. They know you suck. I know we suck. I know we don't have Taysom Hill. But damn it, we're going to roll out our Taysom Hill. And they went out there and they almost won.
Against the Cowboys.
So whack.
That was the weirdest.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest like upset.
It's like a 19-point spread on Vegas. 19 points. That was nuts. And they almost won. The Raiders, the Cowboys had to pull out a win. Let's look at NFC. What's the worst teams here? NFC East, pretty big surprise.
NFC South is the worst division.
Oh, yeah. That division is a joke. NFC West, Rams. I mean, there's not really much analysis needed. They got lucky last year. They went all in. I mean, very ballsy, risky move, like super, super ballsy, and it worked. And they won they got hot when they needed to, which was around like week 17 or week 18. And they ran the table and they won. Like that, they did it. I mean, congrats to them. I thought they got a bit lucky because Matt Stafford wasn't looking that great like week 16. He was throwing all these dumb picks. It was crazy. But they imploded. Like, it is what it is. I think one of the bigger analysis with them was like they got Aaron Donald, but they always needed a running mate with him. Von Miller helped them win a Super Bowl. Without Von Miller, they wouldn't have gotten close to winning a Super Bowl. You need a running mate. You just can't have one defensive lineman. We know it doesn't work. It never does. Even though Aaron Donald's great. We got the Bears. We know what's up with that. A young team, up and coming. There's hope there. They got the coach,
Justin Fields, baby,
the quarterback,
the future.
And they have some players. They have some players on defense. They're just going to keep building. They got
a lot of draft picks and a lot of cap space.
So. Future's bright.
Yeah, future's really bright with Justin Fields, I think.
Lions, same thing. Lions could make they have enough capital to go make a move for a quarterback if they want to, or they might
I don't think so. I think
Goff
is the guy. I think they should use their high pick on another position. I think
build out their defense.
Yeah.
Their offense is good. And then we have
Hutchinson was good. Aiden Hutchinson, that was a good pick.
Oh yeah, no, they have players on defense. Their defense needs to improve though. Like, it's got to be better.
Yeah.
They've been playing a lot better as recently, but I think they need to improve. I'm not sold yet.
Jets are going to throw all over them this week. Mike White and the Jets offense.
And I like Bam Knight this week. I think Zonovan Knight's going to do well. He's my bold prediction.
Really?
Top 10 running back against the Lions. Yeah, I'm not sold on them being a good run stuff in defense.
Okay. Yeah, the consent, like a lot of experts, quote unquote, are saying that he's a bad start this week.
Zonovan Knight?
Yeah, Zonovan Knight.
I'm all on board, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to zag?
Yeah, well, hey, I told people to bench Ken Walker along with you.
He almost ruined it. He almost ruined it for us.
Yeah,
with that long run.
He had like 2 runs. I mean, the last one was really long, but he had 2 runs. Other than that, he didn't do anything.
But he's like a home run hitter. Like, if you let him out,
he's the home run hitter, bro. Yeah, he's so good.
He's a home run hitter.
He's so good. You seen my TikTok what I did about him months ago? Like, I was a big fan. Yeah. NFC
great.
South, here's a sorry division. Tom Brady's still throwing like 55 times a game and hasn't put up any fantasy points for me. He's
Horrible.
been my worst. You know what? People ask me, like, what's the biggest bust? Like, what's your biggest bust?
Tom
You
Brady.
know what? Yeah, it is Tom Brady because
Wow.
it's not Trey Lance, who I drafted in a couple leagues.
Yeah.
It's Tom Brady because he sticks around. And I thought he'd turn it around, and I kept starting him, and I never dropped him.
It's like fool's gold.
How dumb would I be if I dropped Tom Brady? I would have been better off dropping him for a random quarterback. Literally
For
anybody.
sure.
Goff, Geno Smith, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Lawrence,
Anybody.
yeah.
Mike White. Like, I would have
Mike
been way
White.
better off.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. His arch rival.
Purdy? Oh my. I picked up Purdy in a couch league. I probably should have started him, but we'll see. I'm happy with it. I use
Who are
all
you
the
starting?
rest of my fab.
Who are you starting
I'm starting
over?
Mike White. Mike White.
It's
But
a
I
better
almost started
start.
Purdy.
So
It is a better start,
I
but-
would like Brock Purdy, and we're not talking hindsight, by the way. I'm talking like this game didn't happen, this Niners Seahawks game. I would have started Brock Purdy if Debo was healthy. That's how much, like,
Oh,
I
for
know
sure, yeah.
Debo's a game changer. So because Debo is out this game, and because Mike White said he's going to play, and then Elijah Moore's back, like, he's back, baby.
Oh yeah.
Garrett
he's-
Wilson is an alpha wide
yeah.
receiver.
Tyler Conklin.
Still getting the targets, 15 targets the last two
Mhm.
games. Corey Davis is getting healthier.
Corey
He's
Davis.
legit. I mean, he's not great, but he's going to help Mike White.
Yeah, he's a great third receiver. Great
Michael
third
Carter's
receiver.
back. Zonovan Knight's there. They're facing the Lions.
It's too good of a
me-
matchup.
Medium, a little bit more than a medium scoring game, kind of borderline medium, high scoring game. There's a
You know,
lot
I
of,
think it's gonna be a high scoring game.
compared to the other games, yes.
Yeah.
I look at Vegas. I trust Vegas more than me. So there's a lot of low scoring poop show games this week. The Niners Seahawks wasn't too high scoring, was it? What was it?
It was 40.
Yeah,
was
that
like
was low
40.
scoring. We got the
Yeah.
Browns Ravens. That's going to be low scoring. We got the Panthers Steelers. That's low scoring. And we got a lot of low scoring games. So
Yeah.
this game is going to be more on the higher end.
Cowboys Jags are the highest, right? I would imagine.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll look that up. Cowboys Jags. I think it's only -4 Cowboys. We'll bring that up
I think
right
that's gonna be a
now.
shootout.
Well, the Cowboys D is pretty good. So we got.
I mean, they almost got lit up by the Houston Texans.
That's the, I tell people.
How good can they be?
I always tell people don't ever just go. It's the most silliest thing to go off just one game and the most recent game. So I got into this pretty heated debate on the NFL All Day Discord when I gave my advice on there about which player is going to get 100 yards, 100 rushing or 100 receiving. I was like, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, and Justin Jefferson. And this guy was like, Justin Jefferson put up 18 yards last time they faced the Lions. And I went off on
That's
him.
different. Yeah,
I'm just saying, don't use like one game. Oh, the
but that
Texans,
was like a while ago. Like I'm talking about last week. Like
it's the same thing. It's the same when you use the last game. Like it's not.
But that's not the same as he did this.
It's not
against
the same. It's
team.
not because one
Yeah.
of my points was that when teams play each other again, often the opposite happens. So
Yeah.
that was my point. So I know this, but I'm just saying to use one game sample size, it's not the best thing. There's obvious.
I'm just saying they
trends.
didn't look great. They didn't look great last
They
week.
looked
That's all I'm
awful. It
saying.
was embarrassing. I'm just saying it, but it wouldn't probably happen if they faced the Texans again. It wouldn't happen. Trust me, dude. It would be a different looking game. It would not be the same exact game.
But
Probably be
Jags
the
are
opposite.
hot right now, which we can agree on. The Jags
They're hot
offense
fire.
looks good.
They're a bit
And
40. Okay, so it's
yeah.
48 over under. Well, we got
That's
the
high.
Texans Chiefs 49.5.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. How are the the Texans going to score that much?
They're not going to score that much.
To be all Chiefs, like
They'll score a
40 to
little
7?
bit. Yeah, they'll score. So Texans kicker has been on fire.
Who's the kicker? I don't even
Kiami
know.
Fairbairn. He's been
Oh,
on
okay.
fire, and the Texans offense not great, but the Chiefs D's not. Anyway, they're thinking the Chiefs are going to score a bunch of touchdowns. Oh, this another. Oh, here's a low scoring game. Cardinals Broncos. We got this on the slate,
Oh
so
yeah,
it makes
that one.
makes other games look higher
Unders.
scoring for sure. So
What is that at?
that is a 37 over under.
Oh wow, that's high.
I mean, we don't have a quarter. We don't have a quarterback. I mean, under.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be horrible. Who's gonna
37's
score?
pretty low. I mean, I don't bet, so I don't know. No, I don't know. Running back.
I would smash those unders.
Latavius Murray.
No.
This Rams Packers game they're saying could be low scoring. Giants Washington. That's another super low scoring game.
That would be low scoring.
So a lot of low scoring games. So I think the Cowboys were at the third highest scoring game. But they're all close. 1, 2, and 3 is super close. Yeah, they're within a point and a half. Yeah, so it's a lot of low scoring games. And we'll see more lopsided games. I don't know what tangent. Well, I don't know why we're going on this tangent. NFC South, Buccaneers, Panthers. So the Falcons are out unless Desmond Ridder is a Hall of Famer.
I think he's gonna be good though. I think he's gonna be better than Mariota.
He could be better than Mariota. Like it's not that hard. If I had to project his numbers, I would just do the same. I would just look at Mariota's. Like it's the same quarterback.
No, he's better. He can throw better for sure.
He's a rookie. I hate Mariota.
Me too.
He's disgusted of him. So yeah, I think there's a good chance Ridder plays better than Mariota. The ceiling, it's not that
you
the bar is not that high.
Unlock Drake London like how Purdy unlocked Kittle.
I mean, like throw to him.
Yeah.
I think
passes to him.
Drake London's pretty good. I think that's all it's gonna take. Yeah. Throw the ball to him. That should help.
Keep throwing the ball to him.
Buccaneers are 6-7. Panthers are 5-8. Falcons are 5-8. Saints are 4-9. So the Saints could win the division technically. That's crazy. If they win out, that's nuts. What a crap division.
I think the Panthers are gonna win. Panthers are sneaky.
You know what's good? Their superpower is they keep all the games close. Yeah. So it's like, hey guys, let's not turn the ball over. We're gonna be within one score.
And they have a good run game, which is helpful.
Yeah, they run the ball 70 times with 3 running backs.
Right.
The least Sam Darnold does, the better.
Yep, pretty much. That's the formula.
All right, guys, we're gonna go over very important part, guys. Take out your notes. This is going to be very important. We're going to do the strategies and then answer your questions. I
have to hop off. Is that okay?
All right.
Okay, you got this.
I just tweeted this last night. Very important strategies, guys. All right. So if you locked up a bye week in your fantasy playoffs, bench all your players. This way, if a player gets injured while playing, you can drop them and add another player. Most leagues allow you to drop active and bench players, but not starters. So in other words, if you're playing on Yahoo, if you're playing on Sleeper, if you're playing on NFL, a lot of those leagues, platforms allow you to drop bench players, even if they've played already or are currently playing in a game. So this way, if something happens and you want to make a move, you can make a move right away, right? Let's say we're watching the Niners Seahawks game. We see some crazy thing happen. Boom, I'm going to go pick up and add another running back and drop one of my bench players. So this is a new one that I have learned. I've been playing fantasy football for like 18 years. I'm pretty sure I made playoffs in every single year. So I remember making playoffs my first year. My team wasn't that great. I think I lost the first round, but I did make playoffs the first year I played fantasy. Then I was hooked. So yeah, if you have a bye week locked up in the playoffs, you got the number 1 seed, number 2 seed. You're on a bye this week. Bench all your players. Veteran move. All right. Start players that play in later games at flex. This is a veteran move for every single week. Right. So I just wanted to mention this again. We have Thursday night games. They just played the Thursday night game that just played. We have 3 games Saturday, guys. We have a bunch of games Sunday. We got 1 game Monday. So we got games Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. always try to start the players that play in the latest time slots in your flex. Now, people tend to start their worst players in flex. Start whoever is playing later in your flex spot. So let's say like Brandon Ayuk's your worst player that you're starting this week. All right. Don't put him in flex. You should have put him in your wide receiver slot. Trust me on that. This way, if a last minute scratch happens, which they do, Cam Newton didn't wear a tie. Cam Newton got into a car accident. Somebody dropped a slice of pizza. This is all real stories, by the way. Someone dropped a slice of pizza while they were driving, got injured. Doug Martin became a healthy scratch. He was like on PEDs, about to get suspended. Like crazy things happen. Unforeseen things happen. Healthy scratches happen. Now you have more flexibility on players to add, and you can put them in the flex. It means you can add a tight end, wide receiver, running back, and flex them. Okay, so one thing, this is specific to playoffs. One thing that you guys got to know, I always preach in head-to-head, which is what all of us play in normal fantasy football. You really want to start your consistent guys and your guys with a high floor, players that you trust. But now that we're in week 15, you want to score more points. Unless your opponent is super beat up. That's going to be like only to apply to 1% of you. 99% of us, we're facing the really tough opponents this week. We're facing really tough opponents next week, week 16. You're going to need to score points. So you don't need to be contrarian. You don't need to start some, make some hipster start, make some avant-garde start, some indie start, some super sleeper contrarian start. You don't need that, but you may need a little upside. Maybe you stack. Maybe you start Garrett Wilson with Mike White. Maybe you go a little bit more risk. Maybe you start the wide receiver instead of the running back. Maybe you're in a league that doesn't start tight ends. Maybe you start the tight end. Whatever to increase some upside and risk. Not a lot. But I'm just saying, you're probably going to need to score more points. A lot of us are underdogs. We're facing the toughest opponent so far, and we need to score a little bit more points. It's not the best time to play it super safe. I usually play it much more safe weeks 1 through 14. But now we got to step it up a little bit. We got to score a few more points. All right. If you locked up a bye week, and I say this every year, this is a memo that goes out every year. I say this every year, and it's a tradition, and I'm going to continue to say it. If you have a bye week locked up, you locked up the number 1 seed. Congratulations. That's good. You locked up the number 2 seed. You got the bye week. That's good. Do not be contempt. Do not be cocky. You haven't won jack yet. You haven't achieved anything yet. It's fine for a celebration for one day. Just like NFL teams, after they win a game, you got one day to celebrate. Celebrate that day. Celebrate the next day. That's fine. Celebrate for a few hours. That's fine. You achieved something good. You increased your chances of winning a championship. I like that. I think you should be happy. But don't take it the next level. Don't celebrate for 3 days. All right. Don't let this linger. Don't get lazy. Don't order a victory cake just yet. You haven't won anything. Matter of fact, your opponents are more into it. They're going to be looking at waivers. They're going to be really concentrating because it's do or die for them, right? When there's a killer in your house, you're about to get murdered, your brain's thinking faster, right? You're on it. You're training. You're working hard. You're in the action, man. This is a war. Okay? You're in your safe padded room. You know what I mean? You're getting first class service, right? You're getting the hotel room service delivered to you. You're getting some bubbly. You're in your robe. You're nice and clean. You got the bubble bath. I don't know, whatever, right? You're cozy. That's not you. That's not what we do on Couch Fam. All right. We're going to be more hungry. We're going to be more active on waivers. We're going to look at waivers. We're going to look at our opponents. We're going to look at other potential opponents. We're going to look at ways to block our opponents from adding that wide receiver or tight end if they're desperate. We're going to look for what's my best team for week 16, maybe even week 17. We're going to look at everything. What's the best defenses to add? What's the best backup quarterback to add? What's the best handcuffs to add? Right? If something were to happen, what should we do? How can we increase our chances of winning? I'm going to log in more than the number 3, 4, 5, and 6 seed. I'm going to log in more than the guys who are actually playing this week. I'm going to look at waivers more than the guys who are actually playing this week. I'm going to look at my roster and my potential matchups for week 16 more than the guys who are looking at their matchups for week 15. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay hungry. That's my little speech for you guys. Trust me on that. The fastest way I've seen people lose is people that go undefeated in their leagues because they never had the taste. They really thought because they went 15, 16 in a row. They really thought that they won the league. They didn't. You haven't won jack. Sometimes undefeated teams win $0. You don't even come in third place. No, it's time for rest is later. You can do what I don't care what you do after week 18 kicks off. I don't care what you do, bro. Live your life. Do what you do. I'm not your coach anymore. I'm not giving you life advice after that. I'm talking about right now. Squeeze it. Stay hungry. Fight. Couple more weeks. We're almost there. You guys already know this. You guys already do this, Couch Fan. But if you're new, you guys got that speech yet again. I think it's very important. It's one of the biggest things. It's one of the biggest wham bam things. And thankfully, I've learned that through you guys and other guys. It's never happened to me personally, but I've seen it happen a lot of times. You go undefeated. Your stomach is full. You're contempt. You think you've achieved something, and then you lose round one exit in the playoffs. Not good. Now you're probably not going to be able to block your opponent. I just want to make that clear. So don't take that too overboard where like, oh, my opponent doesn't have a quarterback. Oh, I'm going to do something about it. You might be able to, but more often than not, you're not going to be able to. What you're going to do is if there's really like only one quarterback that's viable for your opponent, then hey, maybe I'll hoard 3 quarterbacks. That's a smart idea, maybe. But if there's like 6, 7, 8 good quarterbacks on waivers, then don't do it. You're probably not going to be able to block your opponent. Maybe there's one really good defense. Now, I actually did that on Hack My Lineup. I added the Packers D for somebody that got hacked for one of the Couch Fan members. He had the Cowboys. I added the Packers. And this week, we're probably going to roll with the Packers D. So I'm like, look, man, I got like 2 top 5 defenses, and I'm blocking my opponent from getting a better defense. So we hoarded the Packers D, and I think it's a smart move. So they have like our opponent has like the number 9 or 10 defense. They got like the Vikings D or something, whatever that'd be. It's a 9th ranked defense or 12th ranked defense. Let's say 10, right? And then, but we got two top 6 defenses. I'll take that any day. So keep that in mind as well. And finish off by answering some questions for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think. Do you guys already know this? Was that boring? Was that amazing? Was that helpful? Let me know what you think, because I'm really passionate about that type of stuff, and these strategies, I think it's going to really help you win. The mindset is a very important thing. Knowing your goals, having the right state of mind, knowing what you need to achieve and how to achieve it. What if I don't trust Patterson or Foreman? I don't either. I don't trust either of those guys. Now, do you want me to tell you who I would start between the two? I'd probably go with Cordell Patterson. Great tips and great reminders. What's up, Albert? Is Goddard good to go? I don't know, to be honest. This is what I'll tell you. You have Evan Ingram's your only other choice, basically. I would try to start Dallas Goddard. As of right now, you're starting Dallas Goddard. What's this, December 15th? Goddard told reporters that things are trending in the right direction for him to play in week 15 against the Bears. I like Goddard more than Ingram. Yeah, I'm leaning Goddard, man. So start Goddard, but keep tabs on him. Tomorrow is Friday. Huge practice participation day tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get some beat reporters writing some stuff about Goddard and gather some more information. Should Seahawks draft a QB? Man, I feel like I need to ask some Seahawks fans. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one to pack because they're kind of like the Lions too. They're right on that. I mean, Geno Smith looks really good. I don't know, man. They are very similar to the Lions. Maybe you just work on that defense. I mean, you can't go wrong with them. They got draft picks. They got really good young players. Oh man, that's a tough decision for them. I don't know. This is just a random comment. Play Christian Watson. Lewis says pick 3. Claypool, Burkhead, Zay Jones, Hubbard, Robert Woods, Cobb, Skoranek, Parker, Richie James, Conklin. I mean, all these choices are trash, to be honest. So Hodgins, what's his name? Isaiah Hodgins, is that his name? He's better than Richie James, by the way, if you can get him. I doubt you can. This seems like a pretty deep competitive league. So you're probably gonna have to start a random Texans running back. So I guess we're going with Burkhead. I guess we're going Zay Jones. And I hate Robert Woods, by the way. So Robert Woods, yeah, I like Nikhil. I forget his name. NWI. I never knew his name. Nikhil Westbrook. Let's call him Nikhil Westbrook. That's cool. NWI. I think he's better than Robert Woods if you can get him. And also Isaiah Hodgins is better than Conklin, who you call Cronklin. Yeah, so let's go Zay Jones. Let's go Burkhead. Let's keep tabs on Treylon Burks. I don't even know if Parker is playing. But at least I gave you 2. Zay Jones and Burkhead for sure. I think you can't get Isaiah Hodgins. You should be able to do better. Demarcus Robinson might be okay. That might be a good. Oh, I feel like you should be able to find a better player. Maybe not. Panthers D or Cowboys D? I'm going to go with the Cowboys D this week. I love Panthers D. Both are great. Yeah. Yeah, it's really close. I don't trust the Panthers. I'm going Cowboys D. Or Steelers. Yeah, Steelers and Panthers D is very close. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Let's roll with the Cowboys. What's up, Belo? Belo in the building. If Damian Harris starts, do you think Pierre Strong Jr. would still be good work or avoid the backfield and start Rex Burkhead? Well, technically, you don't want to avoid the backfield if you have Damian Harris. Damian Harris would be the one to start. If Damian Harris is playing, you don't want to start Pierre Strong. You don't want to start Kevin Harris. That's his name, right? Kevin Harris. I'm not good with names. I got so much better. I worked on it really hard. Kevin Harris. Let me see. That is his name. I got it right. Kevin. Yeah, I would not. Um, but Rex Burkhead sucks really bad too, so it's not like that's gonna be great. But if I had to pick between Rex Burkhead and Pierre Strong, if and assume Damian Harris is playing, I would go Rex Burkhead. Skoranek, Gallup, Chark, Sutton, or Myers. Now, Myers, I don't think is going to play. So we're going to go with Michael Gallup on that one. You're welcome. And that was for Frem D Word. All right. I guess that's going to do it. This was a fun podcast. Great to have Mike back on, even though he had to hop off early. Yeah, guys, go get it. It's been fun, but yeah. Well, we'll figure out that third spot later. Might go Claypool if he's playing. What's wrong with Claypool? Illness? I might go Claypool with it. Claypoolian? Claypool? Yeah, might have to be Claypool if it's good. Just pick a random one after those two, Zay and Burkhead. Let's look this up. I honestly don't know the answer. I'm thinking Goodwin would be the guy. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see right here. Wait, who is? Oh, you talking about the Texans wide receiver? Yeah. See, this is how it gets confusing. There's like, I don't know who Moore is. There's Rondell Moore. There's DJ Moore, and I think there's a Chris Moore. If that's the tech. Oh, Elijah Moore. Oh, yeah. Just go get Elijah Moore. I like Elijah Moore with Mike White. He keeps getting better. I like that. I like that with Elijah Moore. Yeah, just get Elijah Moore. And keep tabs on the Texans wide receiver one. I actually added him in a league or two. So look at this. 35% snaps, 2 targets, 68% snaps, 6 targets, 82% snaps, 10 targets. That's pretty solid if you graph it from week to week. No, he did not mean Chris Godwin. He meant Marquise Goodwin, the Seahawks wide receiver 3. That's where it gets pretty tricky. But no, I'm pretty sure he meant Marquise Goodwin, like a guy you can actually pick up. Godwin, yeah, he's not talking about Godwin. Yeah, I'm going Elijah Moore over Marquise Goodwin. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this podcast. Thank you guys tuning in so much. Tomorrow we will go live on the main channel. 6 p.m. Eastern. After that, we will hop on Discord. So make sure you do join the Discord. All right, guys. Peace out.